Hey folks, it's Jake here, Canadian Cutting Edge. Real steel knives today. This is the T109 Flying Shark. Isn't that supposed to scare the pants off you? A shark that flies? Sharknado? I never saw that movie. Doesn't interest me at all. Sorry for those guys who like that movie. I don't know anything about it. I just wasn't interested. Anyhow, Ostap Hel from Poland is one of the designers that Real Steel Knives has some of their designs from. He's got some new stuff coming out very, very soon. And it's looking really good. Anyhow, today we're taking a look at the, for middle of 2017, well, actually, first third of 2017. This came out the end of the first, whatever. It came out in the springtime. Let's say it that way. The T109 Flying Shark is a full-size, plus a little bit, knife. This is a large folding knife. It's got heft to it. It's got strength. It's built like a bowl. And you can take this thing into a china shop and just get around with no problem. Handling's very good. Cutting edge is great. If you're interested at all in this big knife, and it also comes in a black wash with orange insets. This is carbon fiber inset on stainless steel with a stone wash. And so you can get that black wash, the black stone wash with an orange G10 inset. Both of them are roughly the same price. If you're interested at all, stick around for the full review. Okay, the most common steel that Real Steel is using these days is Sandvik steel, 14C28N, as it says right there on the blade. On the top of the blade up here, they've got the model listed, T109 Flying Shark. T stands for tactical, so this is in their tactical series. E is their EDC series, H is their hunting series, and so on. And says right here, designed by Ostap Hel. And this cutout area here has got the brand name for the company, Real Steel Knives right there. I'm not sure what to call this design. Do I call it a full flat grind? Because the grind comes up and then there's no flat spot there, so it's not a saber grind, but maybe it is a saber grind because there's that tiny little bit of a flat spot right there that goes along this edge, right there. You can see it right here, the full width, and then right about there is where it gets down thinner. I'm going to call it a full flat saber grind. There's, it's not all put down in concrete or stone or whatever. As long as you know what it is and I know what it is and we're communicating with one another, that's what counts. We've got a stainless steel handle. The handle is made of 3CR14N steel. That's a slightly modified version of 420J2. For a handle, this steel that they've got here is perfectly fine. No problem at all. It's a good steel. We've got a little bit of a cutout area here that's been milled out and they filled it up with carbon fiber. And on the other side, we've got a pocket clip that's made out of G10, open pillar construction. And if I hold this just right, move it back and forth, you can see inside there, they've done some milling to help this thing lose weight. And I will show you some pictures of, some better pictures of what that milling looks like right now. And so that helps it try to lose some weight. It still is a slightly heavy knife, but that's partly because it's such a big knife. It is more than full size. I've got large hands that border on extra large, and we've got lots of room for more hand right there. So somebody with extra large hands, if I hold it in the back here, I've got that much left, so somebody with extra large hands, this knife easily will work for you and it'll fit your hand and it'll look just right in there. Large size hands, this knife looks great and works great. If you've got small hands, you should probably keep looking. Real Steel's got a wide selection of knives and several that are a little bit smaller as well. There's another version of this knife. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'll show you the pictures of the black and orange right now. So that's not bad. You can get that, and they're about the same price either way. Manufacturer's suggested price on this is $89.50. That's US dollars. You can get that from them directly on their website, realsteelknives.com. And Real Steel Knives is now also having a storefront on Amazon.com. So if you are in America and you want to get your knives more quickly, don't buy it from their website, buy it from their Amazon store, and it'll come to you quicker. The flipper action on this is good, but not great. I've not done anything to it. I am going to take it apart after the review's finished, and I will change the lubrication that's in there, and that might help it have better action. Well, and if it does, I will leave a note to that effect on the bottom of the screen right here, because I'll do that before I edit the video so that you can know. We've got a handle that's got a little bit of design to it. It's not just a flat back with a little bit of an angle here. We've got a little bit of a rise right there so that when your hand sits in here, that higher spot goes between your last two and first two fingers. So that helps you get a better grip, a good purchase, because you just have a smooth surface here and mostly smooth here. So that little thing there, good design point there, Ostap. And it fits really nice in the hand. Hopefully I'm pronouncing Ostap Hel's name correctly. We've got open pillar construction, one pillar back here. There's no lanyard hole. You might be able to tie some paracord to that. I'm not quite sure. The blade does come fairly close. It's got probably less than 1/8 of an inch between the blade and the that post right there. So there's probably not really a reasonable lanyard option with this knife. I don't care because I don't use lanyards, and this knife is just awesome without it. Flipper design, obviously. And because the flipping action's not the greatest, light switch works great. Well, not great. Light switch works pretty good. The press down method works okay. You can see how much slower it went than the light switch method. Whoop, when you do it right. So, it flips without any major problem. This drop point blade has got a cutting edge of 10.1 centimeters. That's 3.98 inches. And then the blade length itself, from the tip of this point to the tip of the blade, 10.3 centimeters, 4.05 inches. Just barely longer than the cutting edge. The blade thickness, on mine, it's the blade thickness on mine is 3.45 millimeters, which is 0.134 inches. Just slightly less than the manufacturer claims. And, when they're milling them out and doing stuff on them, it's easy to lose 5/1000ths of an inch. And that's all that the difference is 5/1000ths from what they're saying and what I end up having. The thickness of the edge behind the grind right there is 0.65 millimeters. That's 0.0255 inches. Yeah, on a knife this length, I'd like it to be just a tiny, tiny bit thinner, but that's being super nitpicky. Like, I'm thinking 0.6 instead of 0.65. So yeah, that's really not a concern. That's a good thickness right there. And when I do the cut test, you'll see it slices just fine and dices and cuts and chops and stabs, and you can do anything you want with this blade. The handle length right here, we've got 13 centimeters. That's 5.1 inches. The grip area is about 10 centimeters. That's 3.94 inches. And the handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, is 1.18 centimeters, which is 0.464. So it's less than half of an inch thick, and that helps it because it's over an inch on from the spine to the belly right here. So you wrap your hand around there, and then being not super thick, that helps you get a really good grip, even if your hand isn't super large. You can get it for that $70.40 or $70 at BladeHQ. KnifeCenter Canadians, you can buy knives at KnifeCenter. They'll ship to Canada. They're promoting that really big on their website, that they'll ship to Canada starting at $9.95. I think you have to spend $100 to do that, though. So you get 2 knives. Blades Canada does not have this one. They've got about 100 different real steel knives, but they don't have the Flying Shark as far as I can tell. Blades Canada is Warriors and Wonders. So, so I would probably suggest you either go to Amazon.com. They've got the black wash with orange trim that they will ship to Canada, and I've got a link for that below. They don't have this one at Amazon.com in a ship to Canada option. KnifeCenter has both the orange and the satin colored one, and they'll ship to Canada too. I like to push Amazon a little bit because I do get referral funds from them. I tend to get about $5 a month. Not too many people use my links for Amazon.com, but some of you do, and thank you so much for doing that, guys. And I only ask you, if you're going to buy from Amazon anyway, consider using my links. I can make links for anything at Amazon if you want, just like I can for GearBest. So if you've got time and you want to support the channel, send me the link for what you want to buy, and I'll send you a referral link back that you can use, and you'll get it at the exact same price, and I'll get just a little bit of support for the channel. Enough of that. Fit and finish. Excellent. Very good fit and finish. The cutout here to inset the carbon fiber is very good. It matches up all the way around. I'll give you a close-up shot, a microscopic close-up shot of how good the tolerances are that they've done right here. Good work, guys. I'm not too fond of this lock. They're calling this lock the Beta Plus lock. Ostap Hel didn't design this. This is a Real Steel Knives decision, and I've mentioned it before. It's functional for the people who want that kind of thing. It works great. Like, there's nothing bad about the design and functionality and execution of it. I just don't see the need for it, really. It doesn't make sense to me to have a lock on a blade like this to stop you from unlocking it. I just don't like the looks of having that there, especially when I won't use it. This G10 is nicely polished, well cut out. The pocket clip functionality is very good. It slides in and out of the pocket just like you want it to. I wish they would have made a left-hand side for it. Yes, they would have had to make a separate pocket clip, a right side and a left side pocket clip. That's certainly not unheard of. A lot of knives have that. That's one of the cons. Let's do some more of the cons. The weight is a little bit high. 187 grams, 6.6 ounces. So yeah, you've got a 9 1/4 inch knife that weighs 6.6, not quite 6.5 ounces. Yeah, she be big and she be bad. And I like it the way it is. I would like it just a slight bit lighter. That blade is a little bit heavy. And as I mentioned before, that's what keeps, I didn't do that on purpose. That's what keeps it from flying out with more authority and more whack, which is what I'd like to have. I'd like to have it fly out and just go like that each time, but that took a little bit of wrist action to do. And I'd like to have that happen just by pushing down and no wrist action. The only other thing is it's not a super stout tip here. So you're not supposed to use a knife to pry with anyway. So I shouldn't even have to say this. Use your knife properly and this tip will be just fine. Use it to do some prying or something and you're going to break this tip. So use your knife for what a knife is designed for, and this thing will last and last and last. The pros for this knife, I like having a big knife sometimes, and this guy is big, and big for $70 US. So that's less than 100 Canadian pesos. And, that's not bad at all for that price. It's a good, substantial knife. There's no blade play, side to side, up and down, none at all. When the blade's halfway deployed, still no blade play, and that's how it should be. Knives that are loose when it's halfway open and then snug when it's totally deployed, you've got a problem in the pivot somewhere. And lockup right there is excellent. Very, very good right there. I'll give you a close-up of that. And blade alignment when the knife is closed, you can see that is perfect as well. I really like the pocket clip, its functionality. It works great. I'll show you what it looks like in a pair of pants. Slides in very well. You've got, right around 1/2 inch sticking out, 1.3 centimeters or so sticking out. And then you've got this flat black kind of pocket clip, so it doesn't create any attention draw. And, it's really, really good. And it comes in and out really easily, especially while you're wearing the pants. It's much easier than doing it on a tabletop like this. So that's really, really good. No, that's very good. Ooh, that flipped good that time. I like that. The stone wash, this is a very nice stone wash. It's very smooth to the touch, and that's on the handle and on the blade. And it looks very consistent between the two. Sometimes on budget knives, you have a different stone wash on the blade than you do on the handle. And the stone wash, on the back here especially, it looks very much equal all the way across. Nice hardware. The hardware is good looking, and the Torx screw holes are nice and deep, and they're precision. They're made well. I like that. Very easy to clean this knife if you need to, if you end up getting it dirty. The skeletonization's good. I just wish they would have went a little bit further. Nice grind. Check out this grind. It's consistent all the way up the blade and all the way on the other side. It's right in the middle. It's, they did a great final grind on it. They did a good flat grind on it as well. I've got to do some cut tests, don't I? Let's get on that. If you just want to cut some paper, this is printer copy paper. Like I said, I've had this knife for 3.5 months. I've done nothing at all to the edge. Cut tests really don't mean that much to me because you can sharpen a knife. And I didn't show you exactly what it was from the factory, so I don't have any way of really letting you see exactly what it was like from the factory. But you can see some of these cuts are pretty good, and it's just, the angle that I hold it at. It's easy for a reviewer to make a knife look good or to make a knife look bad if they want to. And, this is a pretty good knife. And it cuts fairly well. So that's the knife. What do you think of this knife? Are you in the market for something big and substantial? I think it's a great knife. I carry it a fair bit. I am a bigger guy, and it easily fits into my pockets, and I hardly ever wear shorts. This probably isn't a great summertime, linen shorts or swim trunks kind of carry knife. For that, there's a whole lot of other knives. But here in Alberta, we have winter 9 months of the year anyways. Well, we've got pre-winter, winter, and post-winter, and then we've got like a month of summer in between. So, yeah, this knife for where I live, it's something I carry an awful lot. I've had it now for 3.5 or 4 months. I love this knife. I will not be putting this on a giveaway. I might be willing to sell it. I don't know. My mother's funds are really running out for her medical care. So if you want to contribute to that, I'll have links in the description. This is a really nice knife for the price. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the video, click on like, even if you don't like the knife. That's why the button's there. If you like the knife, then save up and buy yourself one. Unless you like something else more, then save up and buy that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for sharing this video with your friends. Hopefully we're going to do a giveaway soon. We want to get to 2,500 subscribers. If you have some friends who are not yet subscribers of Canadian Cutting Edge, let them know about this channel and invite them to stop by and subscribe. Remember, guys, always cut towards your chum